Ashton Falls, a sleepy town nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering willows, held a secret. The townsfolk knew it well. The House of Weeping stood as a stark silhouette against the idyllic landscape. It was a testament to forgotten dreams and lingering sorrow. Its windows, like vacant eyes, stared out at the world. The house had stood empty for as long as anyone could remember. Children whispered tales of its haunted halls and the mournful cries that echoed from within. Adults, though hesitant to admit it, avoided the house. There was an unspoken agreement in Ashton Falls. Some places were best left undisturbed. No one dared to venture near the house after dark. The stories were too vivid, the legend too real. The House of Weeping held a chilling grip on the town's collective memory. It was a place where grief lingered and the past refused to die. Each creak of the house's bones, each sigh of the wind through its broken panes served as a reminder. The House of Weeping watched over Ashton Falls, and Ashton Falls watched back, forever teetering between curiosity and fear. The legend of the House of Weeping was a tale whispered in hushed tones. It was a story of love, loss, and the devastating power of grief. The house, once filled with laughter and light, had belonged to the Harrington family. John Harrington, a successful merchant, had built the house for his beloved wife, Eliza. Eliza, a woman known for her kindness and infectious laughter, had poured her heart into making the house a home. They had two beautiful children, a boy and a girl, who filled the halls with their youthful exuberance. The Harringtons were the envy of Ashton Falls, a shining example of love and prosperity. But tragedy struck swiftly and mercilessly. John, returning from a business trip, perished in a carriage accident. Eliza, heartbroken, was left to pick up the pieces of their shattered life. Her grief, a palpable weight in the air, seemed to seep into the very walls of the house. Then, the unthinkable happened. A sudden illness swept through Ashton Falls, claiming the lives of Eliza's children. Their laughter, once the soundtrack of the house, was silenced forever. Eliza, unable to bear the weight of her sorrow, was driven to madness. Sami Hassan, a young journalist new to the Ashton Falls Gazette, scoffed at the stories. He was a man of logic and reason, dismissing the legend of the House of Weeping as mere superstition. He had come to Ashton Falls seeking stories, not ghost tales. However, the legend of the House of Weeping intrigued him. It was a story that had haunted the town for generations, a story that refused to die. Sami, ever the skeptic, saw an opportunity. He would debunk the myth, expose the legend as nothing more than folklore. He envisioned a scathing article, a testament to the power of reason over superstition. He imagined the townsfolk, finally freed from the grip of fear, thanking him for his bravery. He decided to spend a night in the house, armed with nothing but a flashlight, a notebook, and his trusty camera. He would document his experience, proving that there was nothing to fear but fear itself. The older residents of Ashton Falls, their faces etched with concern, warned him against it. They spoke of the weeping, the cold spots, the feeling of being watched. Sami, however, dismissed their warnings as the ramblings of superstitious minds. He would be the one to finally shed light on the truth behind the House of Weeping. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across Ashton Falls, Sami approached the House of Weeping. The house, shrouded in an eerie silence, seemed to loom over him. The once bright paint peeled from its walls like shedding skin, revealing the bare bones of the structure beneath. The windows, dark and vacant, stared out at him like the eyes of a predator. He pushed open the creaking gate, its rusty hinges groaning in protest. The sound, amplified in the stillness, sent a shiver down his spine. He ignored the feeling, attributing it to the chill in the air. He was determined to remain objective, to approach this investigation with a clear and logical mind. He reached for the doorknob, its cold metal sending a jolt through his hand. The door, as if beckoning him forward, swung open with a low groan. The smell that hit him was overwhelming. Dust, decay, and something else he couldn't quite place. It was the smell of sadness, of memories long gone sour. Stepping inside, Sami found himself in complete darkness. The air, thick with the silence of ages, pressed down on him. He fumbled for his flashlight, the beam cutting through the gloom like a beacon in the night. He was alone, yet he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched,